today I'll be going through the list of things that I don't actually like so much about the Ducati Streetfighter 848. So if you have not done so already, please click the subscribe button at the bottom of this video and also click on the bell icon just to be notified of any future videos that I do put out. So as I said, in this video I'm going to be going through the things that I've kind of grown to not like about the Ducati, or things that I noticed right off the bat whenever I first started riding this. I do still want to say that I absolutely love this motorcycle. This is just an amazing looking machine. I have a video on all the things that I like about it that I just finished recording like 5 minutes ago, and it was pretty hard to make a list of dislikes. Now this specific one is a 2013 Streetfighter 848, and I've been riding it around for the last 5 months. Things that I will not be covering in this video are things that are specific to pretty much all Ducatis, are the expensive maintenance, the special tools that you'll need not only for Ducatis but for specific models of Ducati, tools that are made only for that motorcycle. And the price of replacement parts is expensive. When I was talking to the guys at the dealership and the service center about this motorcycle, one of the things that they told me about was when you let it sit for a while, they've had a lot of them come in that people will let it sit for a couple months, and then the front brakes will be soft, so air bubbles get into the lines and they basically have to bleed the brakes on the motorcycle. Now that is a more dangerous thing, and it's something that I am keeping in mind now if I'm going to have the motorcycle sit for a month or two, which is not something that I plan on, but it is something that I do want to keep in mind. I'm not sure if there's a way to remedy that. I tried Googling and I couldn't find much information on that, but keep it in mind. That is probably the biggest dislike that I have on this, is that is more of a safety concern. Now, if you watch my video on the 10 things that I like about the Streetfighter, you'll notice that I did not mention performance. And I didn't mention performance because that's actually a little bit of a dislike when it comes to this motorcycle. It rides great, it feels great, with the exception of right around 3,000 RPM, it feels like there's a dead spot. So what I did find online, there's people that have remapped it, and it's basically flashing your factory ECU, but they've remapped the Ducati stock ECU to where it fixes that dead spot around 3,000 RPMs. But there's plenty of people talking about it in forums and then ways to remedy it. So I will have videos to come on that in the future, so you can check that out. Right now, moving down to the kickstand, this is one of the things that was very convenient on other motorcycles that the Ducati does not have, and that is the kickstand's ability to allow you to swing the motorcycle around on the kickstand. This one, as you can tell, that whenever you lean the motorcycle over on the kickstand, it's perfectly flat. A lot of motorcycles, the kickstand will be shaped a little bit differently where it touches the ground so that you can spin it around on the kickstand. So you could tilt it over, spin it around 180 degrees in a really tight parking spot, and then drive out. Now, moving up to the under seat compartment, and that is one of the differences between the Streetfighter 848 and the regular 848. It's my understanding that the battery is not under the seat on the regular 848s. The only thing that you can put there is pretty much the papers that, like your insurance and registration for when if you get pulled over. They're very hard to access, but at first I didn't think that there were tools on the Ducati, but there are tools. They're just nearly impossible to get out. I found them when I had this front seat taken off. They're tucked in underneath like the edge of the tail right here. It's just a little tool bag that's velcroed to the inside of the tail, and that is awesome that it comes with tools, but as you saw in the under tail compartment, you cannot get to them. When you unbolt these, all you see is the battery, and I'm sure you could take out the battery, but there's a tray that the battery sits in, and they probably had the intentions of you being able to get to the tools under the seat somehow, but you really can't get to them if you need them. Now, the gas mileage on this is not that great. It gets roughly about 36 miles to the gallon from what I've calculated. Just when riding around, I do a combination of freeway driving and bumper to bumper traffic back roads driving. My R6 got 50, so 36 is a big difference from that. So if you want to get this because of the gas mileage, this is not the motorcycle for you. But usually you don't buy a motorcycle like this because of the gas mileage. You get it because it looks sick. Now, these mirrors have been changed out. These are the Rizoma mirrors. They're about $120, $140, something like that. I forget exactly. These look far better than the stock bunny ear mirrors. in my opinion, and even random people that have stopped and asked. So these are an upgrade. And one of the other things that Ducati did away with whenever they created the Streetfighter 848, there's a heat shield that's underneath this seat on the regular 848. And I could not find that on this one. So when you're riding around, you have the wind going past you, you really don't feel it. But if you're sitting in traffic, what you will notice is under your like right thigh, right butt cheek, it just really heats you up hotter to where it's uncomfortable. It's not unbearable, but it is definitely uncomfortable. And for a motorcycle as expensive as this one was when it came off the line, I would think they would have put the heat shielding in under the seat. Heat shielding on the seat would have been a step up. It would have made it a little bit more comfortable while you're sitting in traffic. But then these are made for the track. You wouldn't be sitting on it for 10-15 minutes when you're on the track. So is it practical to have this bike sitting in traffic? No, not really, not at all. And then one of the most unsightly things, but it is very small right now, but it will turn into a bigger thing if I don't address this problem. There's some rust developing here and then some rust developing here. And the older Streetfighter that I saw at the grocery store, he had an older red Streetfighter. His was a black frame one. His had rust developing in the same spot. I did notice that because I looked for that on his, and he's got the rust on this spot and in this spot. And then this motorcycle is only 5 years old, but looking at the clutch cover here, this is oxidizing underneath the paint, which is aluminum's version of rust, basically. I do have a clutch cover that's going to be going on that is a clear clutch cover that is made by Ducati. So I'll be doing a video on that upcoming very soon. So I'll be putting that on and I'll have an installation video on that. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Make sure you check out my other videos and then my next upcoming video on the just things that I think are just kind of pointless on this motorcycle. Like why would they do that? Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, ideas down below, things you want to see me do videos on. I will be doing videos on, since I do all my own maintenance, I will be doing those upgrade videos. Thanks a lot for watching though, and God bless you guys.